Hi everyone, I thought I'd just say hi and touch base. I know most everyone is staying home right now and it can be kind of challenging to stay productive and busy. I'm really used to working in relative solitude, so I thought I'd share with you what I do to stay busy. I spend a ton of time in my studio painting. I'm working on some large acrylics right now. I also spend a great deal of time working on lessons for my website, paintinglessonswithmarla.com. And lately, I've been spending a lot of time sketching in the evenings, particularly. It's really meditative, calming, and it is very productive. And I think drawing is always a really good thing. Helps me to be a better painter. So I do a lot of stuff like this in my sketchbook. This is watercolor and just a simple Bic pen. And just let me show you the watercolors that I use. So I've been using these Winsor & Newton pan pastels. This is a half pan. Now these are a little bit pricey, but I do like them. They're very chromatic, and these are, you can remove these and replace them. You can see I have room for more in mine, so I can add to this set. So these are really great. But I did see online that you can get some that are a little bit less expensive than this. There's lots of options for watercolors, which I really like. There's this little Winsor & Newton sketch, field sketching box, and it's got this cool little watercolor pen in here. So I think that's pretty neat. So lots of options, and you don't need anything like a big deal, and it doesn't need to be super expensive. Now, I want to jump over to the pastel painting a little bit. I get a lot of questions on the YouTube channel and on my website. So let me talk about the papers that I've been using this year. Then I'll talk about some underpainting, and then I'll get into what pastels I use because I get tons of questions about that. So paper. This year I've been, for about the last year, I've been spending a lot of time with Pastelmat. I really love this paper. It comes in a bunch of colors. This is just one color set in this particular pad. It also comes in white. It's real strong paper. I would consider it a multimedia paper, so it's great for underpainting. It has a very smooth surface, kind of silky, so it almost doesn't feel like it's a sanded surface, that it would really grab onto the pastel particles. But it really does, and it has a kind of unique, it creates a kind of unique stroke when you put it down. It really holds onto the marks in a particular way that I'm finding really satisfying. So I love this. Then the other paper that I use quite a lot is Uart, and I like the Uart boards because they're obviously, you're not going to get any buckle if you do any kind of underpainting, whether it be watercolor, alcohol wash, Gamsol wash. This will obviously take a real beating. Now this is the 320 grit, but it comes in a nice variety of grits. I think 400, 600, 800, maybe even 500. So you can just find the one that you like best. I've pre-purchased this board just because it's easy for me, but they are a little pricey. You can make your own Uart boards if you have some good quality mat board, archival mat board hopefully, and the Uart paper. And you could, I've made this one myself. See, it's a handmade board. And I've cut the paper and the boards to the sizes that I want. And I've adhered the Uart paper to the boards with this product. It's 3M Super 77. It's just a very, very strong spray adhesive. Now, you're going to want to wear a mask and do that outdoors because it's pretty nasty stuff. Okay, then I get questions about, do I use spray fixative? Yes, I use spray fixative, and right now this is the one that I'm using. It's Krylon Fine Art Fixative. I do not use Krylon Workable Fixative. This is an entirely different product. So there's a YouTube video on how to spray that you might check out as well. Okay, so that's the spray fixative. Then I get questions about this little pencil that everyone sees me use when I'm starting my sketch for my pastel paintings. This is a Create a Color monolith, and this one happens to be a 2B, but it comes in a variety of hardnesses just like any other graphite pencil. Now you can see it doesn't have a sheath, so you got to be careful. If you drop it on a tile or cement floor, it'll crack. It'll just shatter because it doesn't have that wooden sheath to it. But I really like this. I just love how it feels in my hand, and I love the marks that it has a particular weight to it. So I really enjoy using it, very tactile. Okay, on to pastels. So this is a little bit of a can of worms question. What pastels do I use? So my big tray here is populated with a wide variety of brands. They have different hardnesses and different textures that do different tasks in my pastels. So I've populated this and accumulated these over years and years. But so I would say right now, currently, the largest percentage of the sticks are either Unison or Terry Ludwigs. But I also have Giraults, Nupastels. There's some Blue Earth, Mount Vision, a few Diane Townsend, some Schmincke, some just a couple Rochers because they're very, very expensive. And I would say that's about it. A few brands that I don't buy, it's not because I don't particularly like them, it's just that you get into a groove and you gravitate towards certain things. If I had a little bit of money and I could start to make some investment in pastels, and I wanted to do it incrementally because I wasn't quite sure that I wanted to really, go all in, probably the first thing that I would buy is a full set of Nupastels. This is a 96 set, a stick set. But you can also buy Nupastels open stock, which means just you can buy individual sticks. But a lot of pastels don't like Nupastels because they're said to fade. But I haven't really experienced that. Maybe I don't use those particular colors, but I really like them. So they're economical. I think they're still about $100 for this 96 stick set, which makes them around $1 a piece, which is a pretty good value compared to a lot of other brands, right? So next up, I would invest in as large a half stick set as I could. Half stick sets are really good because you get a nice big variety of pastels, and you can do it pretty economically. Sennelier has a 120 half stick set. They also have this 40, I think they might even have an 80 half stick. So half stick sets are a good way to really get your set going, right? The other thing that I would do if I had even a little bit more money is a set of Terry Ludwigs Intense Dark 2s. I don't happen to have a full set, but maybe we can show you. I love these darks. They're rich and yummy, and there really doesn't, to me, there's nobody else that has those kind of darks on the market. Now, the thing about Terry's pastels is they're really put a lot of pigment down. So if you're somebody that really goes for it and tends to get muddy and put too much down too soon, got to be really careful with them, but I would still try to use them and get them because I really like them. So that's it on pastels. Please chime in with any other questions that you have, and I'll try to get to them and answer them. I really hope you're staying busy and productive and creative. It's a good time to be an artist. And all right, stay well. Bye.